Welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. Happy Friday and Halloween. You see us, we looking happy and flying fun. Welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you to master your mindset and your money. Today, we are talking about something very powerful that is happening across the country. It's called Blackout the System. Now, the movement is called for a nationwide economic boycott from November the 25th to December the 2nd. And we're asking people not to work or spend money as a protest against what they call a broken government and economic system. Now, the organizers say this is a second wave of the blackout that will show the real power, and it doesn't just belong to the politicians or the billionaires. Because it doesn't. Because we, the people, right? It belongs to the people. We are hoping to make this the biggest economic protest in American history, taking place through Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Cyber Monday. So the question is, will it work? Can withholding our labor and our dollars really shift the system? Or is this more of a symbolic thing than strategic? Now, today I've got my fun royal court today. We have Mary Dean Esquire, lawyer at the wallstreetlawyer.com, and our resident Grinch for today. We have Yolanda Spivey, writer and insurance agent to the stars, and she's our metaphysical Jehovah's Witness today. We have Tiara Williams, our sizzling producer and actress and vocalist and entertainer. And you have me, Laura Lalaki, your Rasta Lion, international vocalist and real estate agent. I am loving every last one of y'all. I'm loving every last one of y'all. I'm loving every last one of y'all. So before we really get into this, it is also Blackout Friday. We don't buy anything from these companies that don't respect us or our dollars. And so we have been doing this all year. We are now, this is the last Friday in October. We've been doing this from the beginning of the year. I'm so proud of us. So if you are still with us on that, go ahead and drop that blackout word, hashtag blackout, in the comments. All right, ladies, we often hear, what's next? What's next? I feel like this is what's next. So I'm going to ask you, Karma J, are you going to be participating in the blackout?
Yes. So here's the thing, right? I think, like us all, there's a large part of the blackout that I can give to the effort, right? But there's little things like the Thanksgiving dinner and all of that. So I'm trying to figure out how to really still enjoy my family and my friends and us eat and still get together and be merry, and not have to miss out. But you, because, like, what does that mean, right? Does it mean that we don't get to eat? Now, I don't gotta buy Christmas gifts and all the things, but I do have a 14-year-old, and she's gonna be looking for her gifts. So I'm just trying to figure out, when we sat down and talked about it, she was like, that don't sound good for me, Mom. Like, that's exactly, I said, listen, this is what we need to do, here's why. She was like, I hear you, but nah. So I'm still trying to figure out a way to realistically do this.
You know, one thing that my family does, and we've been doing this for years, we're not really big on gift giving anymore. My son is grown. He's 30 something years old. So what we do is we don't even care about the day. As long as it's around the holiday season, okay, let's have our holiday dinner on the 15th of November because we're going to go to, Indiana and rent a place and just have a whole weekend. So we kind of do that thing as well. But I will admit, we typically go to places like Huber Farms, pick our own greens. We have family that grow things. So we don't, the main thing we normally get is like a turkey, but I can do without that if I needed to right now.
Yeah,
but that's for my family.
Yeah.
And I'm like you've got to figure it out for yourself, but I think that we all can. What about you, Yolanda? Will you be participating in the blackout?
I've always participated in the blackout as your resident metaphysical Jehovah's Witness. I grew up a Jehovah's Witness, although I am not one now, just to clear the air. But
when you are.
What? Okay. But I will say I just always grew up not celebrating the holiday. So, I mean, I celebrated up until the age of 7, and afterwards, no. So it's ingrained in me not to like go celebrate holidays. Now, Thanksgiving, my family do. And we don't really call it Thanksgiving. We just call it like family time because it's a time for all of us to get together. And, everybody has the day off, We get together, we eat, we have fun, we play games, we just chill with each other. So technically to us, it's not Thanksgiving, although the whole nation is celebrating Thanksgiving. But this has always been a standard for me. No, not going out on Black Friday, buying presents and things like that. No. And even when my son was growing up, he didn't even want presents. And I wasn't practicing the Jehovah's Witness faith. He just didn't care about the holidays either. So it has never really been a part of my forte, basically.
Gotcha. I totally understand that. And then I think also things shift in life. I mean, I am a Christmas person. I love the holiday. Everything about it makes me warm. And my home is always the home where everybody comes for the holiday. Everybody knows my home is open. We got the tree, we got the smells, we got the singing. We be singing in the kitchen, cooking dinner. Like it is just the thing that we do. But what about you, Mary? Are you going to participate in this blackout?
These holidays are not for us. No.
He is channeling the
Grinch. Bah humbug.
This girl is a mess.
Makes it even more funny.
She's supposed to be the Grinch today. You ain't supposed to be laughing. You're supposed to agree with her.
No. But seriously, I think that it's a great opportunity to lean into other things, right? We don't, and so the question that kept going through my mind are y'all broke or aren't y'all? Is y'all struggling or ain't y'all? Is it times is tough or is it not? Because y'all gonna find a reason to spend some doggone money. So no, we don't need to spend the money on more material things. How many more luxury bags do a girl need? But no, how many more of the things do you really need? And so I think it's just a wonderful opportunity to try maybe some bartering, maybe go find a gift in your closet that you can give it away to somebody, or to repurpose the holiday for something more altruistic and something more wholesome. And to say that we were a part of something. I remember coming up as a child and always saying, you know what? I wish I was born in the 60s. Power to the people. I'd have had my afro. They wouldn't have did me like that. They wouldn't have did me like that. And now is the time. Now we are here. We're at a very momentous opportunity in history. We got an orange man as president. And so right now, you can make history. You can be something different. And this is an opportunity for us to be something different together.
Yes.
And last point, what are you? Are you baking?
Yes.
Okay, you baking.
I'm turkey bacon.
Turkey bacon.
It's like that. It's like light skin bacon. It's turkey.
It's turkey.
Turkey bacon.
Oh, turkey bacon. Oh, pork never hurt nobody, girl.
I'm telling you, I'm loving it. So we have several people who of our family commenting saying hashtag blackout. They're still participating. Lisa said these holidays are not for us. You're right, Grinch. And then we have several people that said that's right, Mary. And then Deborah says, I don't do gifts, but I do an essentials bag for my grandchildren and great grandson. So Lisa says these holidays are made to keep us broke. And you know what? I cannot disagree with that. Every year it gets pushed back more and more. I don't know about you, but I cannot stand to go into stores at the end of July and see the whole Christmas displays. It's like they cannot wait. Now, me growing up, I would buy things starting in September. I'd set my budget. I'd do whatever I need to do, but I wouldn't be celebrating that. I like my holidays in order. That's just how I am. But every year they push it back for more consumerism every time. We do have a video. And so I know we do.
Yeah, we do have videos, but let's go to video. Well, let's go to commercial first and then we'll come back.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Commercial.
It's a good show right here. But I'm biased. If you are just tuning in, you are watching Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. My name is Tiara Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood, and I'm the proud producer of this show because it is lit. If you want to receive notifications for when we go live Monday through Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is text the word Queens to 87948. That's Queens to 87948. That's QUEENS to 87948. Also, if you want to grow your money and not blow your money, all you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. There's all kinds of resources, there's courses, there's free giveaways. There's just no reason to be broke in 2025. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. Obviously, you don't want to be entertained here. You want to know enough to grow. Wait, I need to put that on a shirt. You got to know to grow. Got to know to grow. So know and grow with flynubianmoney.com.
From November 25th, 2025, this year, to December 2nd, they're calling it a mass blackout. Not a march, not a protest, no signs necessary. It's 1 week where we pull our dollars out of the system and see what happens when the economy feels the weight of our absence. Because we've marched, we've begged, most of us voted the right way. And now we're just going to sit back and test the one thing this country truly worships: money. See, this isn't the first time we've tried this, right? Economic boycotts have always been the heartbeat of real change. From Montgomery to Operation Breadbasket. When the buses lost money, segregation fell. When companies realized ignoring Black consumers meant losing profit, they started hiring, promoting, and pandering. History has already shown us that pulling our dollars hits harder than any speech, any march, any protest ever could. The timing isn't random. Black Friday is the biggest spending weekend in America. Billions get poured into corporations that barely reinvest in the communities that made them rich in the first place. So from November 25th to December 2nd, the goal is simple, okay? Buy nothing that doesn't circulate back into us. You hear me? Support small, support local, support Black. Because when we withhold our dollars, we remind this country that we're not just consumers. We are the economy. So yeah, the mass blackout isn't about canceling Christmas or skipping joy. It's about shifting power and realizing that every dollar that we spend is a vote for the world that we live in. They've ignored our voices. They've ignored our pain. Let's see if they ignore our absence. We're not asking anymore. We are shutting this shit down. Okay? No spending. If you do need something, make sure you go to farmers market, support small businesses. There's a ton of places that you can go to make sure you support the right people, not corporations. We are done. We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
I am done. I am done, and I have been done for a very long time. Coupled with the situation that we have with what they're getting ready to do with SNAP and EBT, they're punishing the wrong people, and it's the power of the people that is more important. But still, yet they have the money to build $300 million ballrooms and gives 700% more toward ICE bonuses. And this is not the way of the world. This is not we the people. So not only are we asking you to participate in this movement, and as you can see, the dates align for just 1 week. I think anybody can participate for just 1 week. We're not canceling Christmas. We're not canceling Thanksgiving, but we can shift the narrative of that. Maybe you don't go out and buy so much gifts. Maybe you really start focusing for the reason for the season. Or maybe you start focusing on something that you could do for your positive for your neighborhood. But we're also giving out some resources of where you can go if you are affected with this whole shenanigans of what's going on in Washington, D.C. Now, I have a resource for you that is nationwide, and it is a very good resource. If you are struggling or you know someone else that needs to be fed, because let me tell you, the people who are affected the most are our children. Our children.
Yeah.
So you can go to findhelp.org. And when you go there, that will allow you to search in your zip codes as well as other areas. So write that one down, findhelp.org. Now, Tiara, do you believe that boycotts and economic protests still have the same power that they once did?
I do. I mean, look at what happened with Target, y'all. We literally said we're going to shut it down. We are not going to Target anymore, and it was a success. Target is trying to figure it out. They really, really are. And I feel like if we just follow suit with what we did with Target, you're absolutely right. I mean, I like the idea. I saw it in the comments. Somebody said that we should create a new agenda for the Black community around the holidays, and I agree with that, right? So it's like we don't feel like we can't do anything, but there's a plan. I like what you just said, Lala. Let's just focus on, our community. If we can pour money back into our community during the holidays, I think it's a win-win. So yes, I do think it's effective. We're seeing that with Target for sure.
We are definitely seeing that with Target, and so much so that Target is now trying to lure people back by
Mhm.
bringing Black products back into the stores. And that's not saying that we are shunning the Black products that are being brought into the store, but that shows you the power of our boycott of them this year. If you think that we don't make a difference, think again, because
Yeah.
every quarter they have lost serious money. They really have. So these do work. And now we always keep saying, well, what's next? Well, this is what's next. We did the marches. They're growing in power. Now we hit them with the, you ain't getting my money, even for a week, to show them. And you will see that dip when they come out with their reports. Armando says we need to do this for more than a season. It needs to be a few years. We got a reminder that the Montgomery boycotts were over a year. People forget about that, right? Mackie says it's very disturbing and disappointing that some confused men on the Manosphere platform are glee about pending hardships of some Black women that may temporarily lose their SNAP benefits. You want to know who receives the most? It's not Black women, baby.
It's not us.
Yeah.
It's not us. It's not us. It is white women and white families that get the most SNAP and EBT. Lisa says she's all in. Tracy said 40 billion to Argentina, affecting our farmers, including Black and white farmers. And then Tracy said we should definitely boycott Christmas. Baby, if that's what you want to do, we all stand behind you. You do what you do to make the change. Listen, Amazon also just cut over 30,000 jobs.
Woo!
Amazon. So yet these billionaires are still getting these massive bonuses and cutting everybody out. Spotify, the same with that. But Yolanda, do you think that this is about race, economics, or both?
I think it's about, okay, hear me out, y'all. I really think what they're trying to do, because everybody across the board is being affected by this, whether you Black, white, whatever. I really think they're trying to instill a certain amount of fear in people. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get people to go stir crazy. They're trying to create some type of fear within us. At the end of the day, I don't know what the end game is. Is it that fear is an emotion that keeps us paralyzed? Okay. Yeah, it is, right? And it keeps us from not moving forward or not doing anything, not being able to even think clearly. Or we're thinking about, oh my goodness, I ain't gonna be able to eat on November. What about Thanksgiving? What about Christmas? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? If we move past that, we'll really see what it is that they're trying to do. But I really think it's fair. They're trying to get the whole entire American people to be in just paralyzed right now. That's what it is. And also, I think it's also like a little gravy train going on. I think too, they want people to commit crimes. They want people, because a lot of crimes are not being committed right now, you know? A lot of people
Oh,
are like
yes.
chilling. Yeah, they're not doing a lot of drugs anymore. They're not doing this, they're not doing that. People are chilling. So I think it's they're trying to create some type of negative ripple effect with the people here. That's why the power, like you said before, Lala, is within us. Okay, so whether we black, white, whatever, purple, green, we all need to get together and really do this economic boycott. Straight up.
Well, I don't know if I agree with people aren't doing things. Like people are crime is definitely happening. People are definitely doing drugs.
I'm not
All of the
saying, I'm
things are
talking about on a scale that we had before, like in the 80s and the 90s. Crime was off the freaking hook to the point
um
where it was like unbearable in some places. But
I think that's happening still,
I
Yolanda,
really
though.
I really think that what they're trying to do is escalate it even more. Even if you think that crime is happening, I'm not. I don't know. I live in the woods.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have to look at those numbers. We just can't be throwing stuff out there like I think. But here's I mean I'll
Okay,
just say this. I think the intention is to hijack the government. I think that
that's for sure.
what the orange person is trying to do is collapse the government so he can take over it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want a next election. He wants to stay. How do you stay in the White House? You dismantle the system and the rules and the policies that are in place. You dismantle them. You dismantle the government altogether, which we are seeing, and
Hmm.
then you get rid of elections so then you can shift the policies and regulation in the way that it's been. So I mean, I don't know, for me,
That's
his
true.
intention is to stay where he is. So if that
Yeah.
means that we all suffer, because he's getting rid of all of these policies that can challenge what he's doing, I say he's doing it. But I mean, I see it. We see a dismantling of the government. He don't care. He
Yeah,
want it to
that's
go
true because
away.
he ran and
It's
just said that
more
he was
than
going to
just
be
him.
president again.
It's more than just him, though, ladies.
Mhm.
For
Let's be
sure.
very honest. I am definitely a student of Project 2025. I was
Hmm.
talking
Mhm.
about Project 2025 long before other people even thought it was just a news thing that they were talking about.
Mhm.
This has been planned for years,
Yeah.
all the way back to the Reagan years. And every time
Whoa.
that they didn't get what they wanted, it was called something else. Every time they didn't get what they want or the stars didn't align, they improved their document and their plan. This time the stars align, and this is what we are seeing from Project 2025. It's more than Trump, it's bigger than Trump. It is a total authoritarian community that they want everyone who is not white, male, to be gone. This includes their own women. They want them to be home, barefoot, pregnant.
Yeah. I
This is
do agree
bigger.
with that.
It's
I
bigger
do
than that.
agree with that because they have been stripping power away from women a whole lot, and especially with the SNAP benefits pullback because their women are suffering. Their women and their children are suffering from the SNAP pullback, not us, you know.
It really is. Well,
So,
Mary, so with all of this that we're talking about, we're talking about government. You're part of this. We got judicial is a part of how we run our country. So,
mhm.
what kind of impact would it take for the government or corporations to really take this boycott that we're talking about seriously?
What would it take for everybody to take it seriously?
What kind of impact would it take for the government and the corporations to take this seriously?
I can't answer that. I can't tell you how bad they gotta hurt before they really do some change. But as we see with the little bit of hurt that Target has experienced in recent days, recent months, they're not trying to bring black products in there. And so I think that if they hurt long enough, hard enough, at least to where we get some respect, right? And I think that's why we have to participate. We have to stand up and participate and not let them do this, right? The one thing about power is taken. And so I don't think that we have to just sit back and watch all of these things happen. We can be active participants in the process. We can say, no, not today, not today, not on my watch. So
that money, we got to pull back our money from these people. That's just the bottom line. We cannot spend money at all. We don't need that shit anyway, what they're giving us. You know, we buy a lot of frivolous stuff every freaking day. I know I just did, you know, I feel guilty about it, but still.
But we all do. We get too comfortable. But let me remind you. Let me remind you of this fact. Before we go to commercial, I want you to think on this. Walmart, most of their employees are on SNAP and EBT. While Sam Walton's children are buying $300 million and $1 billion yachts, they only allow their employees to work a certain amount of hours and then encourage them and have brought in people to help them sign up for public assistance. What does that tell you?
The government
it is a us and a them. Commercial.
I know you're busy, you got things to do, and you can't take us on the go with you every single day. Good news for you. We are now on Spotify. So if you can't watch us, now you can listen to us on Spotify. Search Fly Nubian Money and all the episodes shall appear. All you have to do is like, subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, leave some comments, tell people how you love us so that when other people come along and are looking for a great show to watch, they can find Fly Nubian Money too. One last thing, and just in case you've been sitting under a rock, Fly Nubian Money now has an investment club. We are the Fly Nubian Money Club. It's easy. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com, and I am committed to bringing in top experts from all industries to help you level up. They're teaching us the skills that we need to compete in this market. We often say that nobody is coming to save us, not the government, but guess what? We're coming to save us. I'm coming to save you with the Fly Nubian Money Club. So listen, all you have to do again is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com. We have a 30-day free trial set up just for you, just for those people that are struggling. Even if you ain't struggling, you ain't got to struggle. I'm coming. Okay, let me stop playing. I'll see you soon.
So you saw my video about this yesterday, right? And you know that I'm part of the leadership on this, right? And you know that I back the leaders of this group 1,000%, right? And if you've been around for the last 24 to 48 hours, you know that the Big Beautiful Boycott is working in tandem with the People's Sick Day. And we are working in tandem with the Mass Blackout. We are coming together as one united front because we have realized that there are too many individual movements, which are all great and impactful and powerful. But imagine if we all came together. So that's how we're moving forward. But I do want to say that not everybody is setting their ego aside, because who really needs their name up in lights for doing the right thing? I reached out to a creator last night and they have over 800,000 followers and they are leading a movement. And when I wrote to them explaining what the People's Sick Day and the Big Beautiful Boycott and the Mass Blackout were all doing together along with others, and extended that olive branch of like, hey, I think you have great ideas. How can we all support you while you join us at the same time? Well, on TikTok, I'm sure you know, a DM, you can see when someone's read your message. This individual read my message and did not reply, which is bonkers behavior. We do not have time for ego. And to kind of demonstrate this for you, I want to play a clip that I was reminded of yesterday by Devin, not Devon, who I'm going to tag below. Go follow him because he is part of the People's Sick Day. That just kind of demonstrates what we need to be doing, whether it is face-to-face, one-on-one in the streets, whether it's out and about in large groups or your family group chat, or, you know, one group of leadership from one movement talking to another. We are one band, one sound. Listen to this.
What's up, Dr. Lee?
It's all good, Mr. Miles. Glad to have you here.
Thank you, sir.
Why was he late?
Guess he overslept.
this. You asked
Can I
what's
ask you a
next.
question, Lala? I don't mean
Yes.
to cut you off, but do you think white women should check their men because it's their men that's doing this?
Yes, I do. You have to also remember many of these white women were so afraid of their families falling apart during this voting that their men went to the voting booths with them. They must learn to stand up for themselves as well. Listen, I know we all love every last one of our communities. I love my community. I love my community. I will stand and fight for our community all day long. But we have to understand she's right. We can't all stand in different groups. We can't do that. And then you don't know which way to go. At some point, we must unify. It doesn't mean you love your community any less. But I love the fact that she is giving clear things that need to be done and egos all aside. So, Tiara, do you think that the boycotts work without a clear list of demands or follow-up actions? Because to me, she sounds like they getting some follow-up actions.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. It's so funny. We always talk about like a black leader or like somebody to lead the charge. But I think in communities, if you don't have one person or a group or an organization to turn towards and say, like, what do we do? Then, like, so for instance, when we were all on one page about Kamala being the candidate, right? What did Black people do? We got
Terry.
information. I feel like when we know, but when you have too many people that pop up like, I'm the leader. No, I'm the leader. No, 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 follow me. It gets confusing and then we don't do anything at all. So I picked this video for that purpose, just saying like, sometimes we can want to. I think it's one of the things that actually we that keep us behind is our lack of like knowing, having instruction and knowing what to do as one band. I just feel like if maybe I'm not saying we need one leader, but one we need to get on one page. But how do
Yeah.
we do that, right? How do we do that? Because we're here now saying, here's what we're gonna do, y'all. Blackout Friday. Don't, for a week we're not gonna do this. And we'll get a few people, but I think we do need to join other efforts and say, okay, because I think what also works really well is when we have allies. I also
Yeah.
chose this video. Usually I pick like Black people talking about Black things, but sometimes I just want it to be known like it goes further. George Floyd's movement went around the world and it made a difference because it was all of us saying, no, you can't do this. Last week, it was No King's protest. There was white, Black, green people out there. Everybody was just saying, listen, we don't want a dictator. Right. And so even though they tried to like marginalize the effort of it all, it was in millions of people showed up. 7 to 10 million people showed up for that. And so I think that coupled with this is a clear message. We don't want whatever you are trying to give us. We don't want that. So I just think if we keep hitting them just like that, being seen, being heard, being felt, it'll make a difference. But we just got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I'm still protesting the NFL.
Right.
You and me both, girl.
Still, since the whole
Me
Kaepernick thing,
too.
like I
Me.
never came back to it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, we good now? What is
Me.
it?
We
Anything
can't
that
we
needs
can have
changing?
selective memory. You can't have selective memory and still be effective.
Exactly.
It just doesn't work. Mary, how can unity, because I know you the Grinch today, my love, but how can unity across race and class, let's not forget that, class, actually look like in practice when money is involved?
Oh, y'all are giving me so much. And I think today I've even been enjoying just sitting back, listening and learning and being impacted by the words that are coming out of your mouths. And when you think about unity, I guess I'm going back and forth in my mind with what you said about we need one leader, I guess, because we need one band, one sound, as my white sister just said. But you think about that because you say, well, it's too many leaders. I'm a leader. I'm a leader. I'm a leader. But I guess there are hierarchies because maybe within those leaders, if those leaders could come together and work together, but there has to be a one band to one sound. And so I guess, and so I'm just, I don't know, how do we do that then? And how do we select a leader? Because you can't do any, you look at ants, and ants are a perfect example of what you can do when we work together.
Mm-hmm.
Bees are another great example of what we can do when we work together. And so we, that's the unity in community. We can, overthrow governments if we work together. We can that image with everybody have the government on all the people backs, and if the people just stand up at one time, the table will go flying in the air. And so that's what we are. Is really more of us than it is of them, y'all.
Yeah.
What did I say? We the people. We outnumber them.
But the problem is we the people got
outnumber
egos.
them.
We got
Yes.
egos. That's the problem. We the people got egos. Everybody want to be a freaking leader. Everybody want to be up in the forefront. They just can never get into the back so that things can happen.
We also have souls, and we are more than our ego. And it's the reason why, and I was really connected to what you were saying earlier, Yolanda, about them wanting to keep us in fear. And the part of me that was really connected to that is that I know that this is the spirit. We are all spiritual beings having a human experience.
Right.
When we look at the times, and all of the great texts, all of the great people spoke of the end times. Which is also earth ushering in the beginning. The new people, the earth and heaven is really close. And so the people who have grown towards the sun rise in power. But your power comes from love, comes from faith, comes from joy, comes from light. And if the powers that be can keep you in fear, can keep you in darkness, can keep you in worry, can keep you in doubt, then you will not be in your power.
Exactly.
And so all the
exactly
at the end of the day, because they know you have soul power.
And that's why they want to keep people in fear. That's why they want everybody in this fear freaking
But you have to ignore. That's why I don't watch the news.
I don't either, girl.
You have to cut it off because you create your own reality. And so what happens sometimes with you watching the news is you have become so tuned into the negatives narrative. Yeah. And you've allowed that negative narrative to now control your thoughts because you're worried about it all day, thinking about it all day, instead of thinking about, man, I can fly. Instead of thinking about,
okay, Lori, you hit it on the head. You remember what we grew up with when the Dumbo story came out. Okay, I'm showing my age, right? What did Dumbo need? He needed his feather. He had the power all along, but he had to hold that feather to truly believe that he can fly. When we stop believing that we need one thing to let us do anything, that's when the power truly opens up. You don't need some magical stone. You don't need some magical word. You don't need you need magic within yourself. Abracadabra has an explanation of power.
I am.
There you go.
I am.
We're gonna need to take a break.
I want to add to this because I feel all of y'all flying away. Let y'all flying away. Y'all have left me because I'm sitting on the ground going, okay. What I'll add to this fly away. Yes, we can fly away, and yes, you cannot watch the news. But I also feel like when you're not paying attention to your surroundings, you miss the movement, you miss the momentum, right? So if there's momentum happening, right, there's a momentum around this boycott because we're talking about it. The internet is talking about it. Don't miss that, right? Oh, there's momentum. Let me join. Let me grab the 166 people that are in this room, right? And wherever else on the internet, because I can't see where all of us are watching from. But let's say there's 1,000 people all together. Let me grab them and we create a plan and say, we're going to join this bigger movement. So I just say, watch the momentum. There was momentum around Kamala. There was momentum around Barack, right? And we got, when we know what to do and it's clear, we gonna get on board. That's the great thing about Black people. We don't need a whole lot. We like, what's going you going? All right, cool, I'm going. Right? It's like when Black people, when something's happening and something is happening, you see Black people running, they gonna run and then ask questions later. They're rolling. So we just need to know that, like, you see it running, I'm running with you, and then be like, dang, what was it? You know, after we come down. So I just think that once we have the plan, y'all, we're having these conversations to have the plan. What's the
But here's
plan?
Let's
well,
not
here's
get
what I think we
the
need to trust.
power.
Well, I think we need to trust that the plan is all we're getting wrapped up in the plan. When you talk about the momentum is going, the plan is moving, and I think just as much as when I say I'm running for judge, I didn't just up and decide this moment that I was going to run for judge. They asked me to do it. And I had to ponder because I'm free right now. I go to work when I want to go to work. I do this when I want to go to work. Unless I have a meeting, I have to be in court. I'm running my day how I see fit to make my living. And so now I'm saying I'm going to sign up to get a job again. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. That's what I saw from it. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But if they tell me that there's a power struggle between white people, the Indian people, and Black people in this county, and I have an opportunity to step up and take this position of power for my people, and I don't do that, how can I say that I'm really about that life? You know what I'm saying? How can you not? You have the credentials to do it, and you've been asked to do this. How can you say no? And so I think that, but I ain't watching the news, and I didn't have to watch the news and dwell in negativity to get here.
Exactly.
Leave the light, focus on the light, and when the opportunity presented itself, step into it.
I agree with you because I don't watch the news either, but yet I'm still informed on what's going on in the world. I will always be informed on what's going on in the world. As soon as I touch the internet, it lets me know what's going on in the world, but I don't have to ingratiate myself into the pain of the news.
But I need to listen. Let's not say, let's be very honest. Yes, the internet is powerful. However, our community is also powerful. The churches, the Elks, the Masons, the Eastern Stars, the whatever fraternity or sorority you're in. These are networks talking and organizing. Not always. There you Fly Nubian Queens. You know, you don't have to depend on the internet to join a movement when you already are a part of the community. Do not think that we have lessened power just because the internet is out here now. Woo-wee. No, baby. We are just as powerful within our own communities than we are on this little computer thing that keeps our attention all day long. Maybe it's time we do put these down. And maybe it's time, if you're not a sorority member or a fraternity member or an elk or whatever, maybe it's time you start checking into that to see what's going on in the pulse of your own neighborhoods. Let's check that. I got another source for you before we go to commercial. This one is an oldie but a goodie, and it's very reliable. If you are struggling with feeding your family, and you will be affected by what they are doing to EBT and SNAP, feedingamerica.org is a very reliable source to go to across the nation to see who can help you within your communities. Feedingamerica.org. Listen, I'm asking you, family, if you know of a resource. It doesn't matter where you live, because 9 times out of 10, maybe somebody even knows somebody that lives in your community. If you know a resource, drop it in the comments. It is time for us to be the light. Don't stand back and shake your head and say, this is terrible. Oh my God. No, get your ass up out the seat and do something.
Yeah.
Commercial.
We cussing at people, Lala. Let's go to another video.
In love.
Let's go.
In love.
You know what? Let's go. Let's do this. I just want to remind, because we don't have any more commercials. We're getting ready to. We don't have no. We don't have any more. But let's do this. Let's remind people of what we did with Target. Let's remind people of the power of what happened when we stuck together.
Things at Target keep getting worse and worse by the day. Target has now lost an astounding $12.8 billion over its rollback of DEI. The number of shoppers visiting Target has declined by over 2.5 million shoppers per month since February. And former shoppers are not remaining silent when it comes to their frustration over Target rolling back DEI. Target has had to now shut down the comment section in all of its posts on TikTok. Target's poor choice to end DEI is now even impacting their employees. Target announced today, due to weak sales and performance, that it is now going to cut its employees' bonuses down to 87% instead of 100%. If you're a Target employee and you don't like your work situation anymore, you could certainly apply at Costco. They announced 2 weeks ago that they are going to be increasing their employees' pay to up to $32 an hour.
If the sky were to fall, I'd be the first to call.
We can do this. We can do this, and we are making a difference. We are definitely making a difference. Now, if you are living in the Los Angeles area and the surrounding communities in Los Angeles, you can call 211. It is a community number. And matter of fact, most communities in most states have a 211 number that you can call and see where the food banks are. And guess what? Not only where the food banks are for you to pick up food, but if you're blessed enough not to have to worry about food on your table, maybe you can bless someone else and go and donate. So please make sure that you, whichever way you to go, it's an action. Love is a verb. It's an action verb. Love your neighbor, because obviously they're depending on making us separate and divide. And that's what we don't want. We don't want any of that. We want us to come together. Yolanda,
Can I add to that,
Sure.
Lola, really quick?
Sure.
So yesterday, y'all, and this is really not a flex. I just think that it's just, I want y'all to be like really sensitive to your spirits. So one of the things that my daughter and I do is we pick every Tuesday, we pick like somebody to help, whatever that means. Like whoever Lauren points out, if we see somebody on the side of the road, but really it is spirit led, right? Like if God tells me to do a thing, then that's just kind of like the spirit leads me to do it. So yesterday I was getting off the exit by my house, and I saw a guy, and I think that like people just don't pay attention to homeless people enough, but there was a sign because they're already shamed. He was kind of looking at the ground because they never, it's a real thing, right? And so I saw him and his woman kind of sitting on the side of the curb, and the sign said, anything helps, anything helps is a blessing. So I was like, oh, I want a hash brown. So I went to McDonald's, and I didn't eat it, but I went to McDonald's and I was like, I'm just going to get a hash brown. But when I hit the drive-through, God said, buy them breakfast. Buy them breakfast. So I bought a couple platters, some orange juice, and took it back to them. They weren't expecting it or nothing. He was like, I haven't eaten in 3 days.
Woo!
And it just made me think about, I was like, oh, I'm not going to get myself food. I'm going to buy them food. And I took it back. And I was so thankful that I did it. So just be, like if the spirit leads you in that way, I would just say like, do it. Like I
Yes.
wouldn't have known, because what I would have not known they didn't eat in 3 days. They haven't eaten in 3 days. 3 days? That's so
I'm telling, we are
long.
so energetic. That just shows that we are energy people. We
Yeah.
ain't nothing but energy. And you were sent to like just feed them. You were sent to feed those people. You didn't know. Your
I know.
energetic field told you to feed those people.
So we just paying attention. You were gonna say something, Mary, but just be paying attention.
So I want to talk
That is
about
beautiful. That's beautiful.
that makes me think about the law of giving and receiving. And so I got to throw in this lesson in here.
Energy.
When I talk about the laws of the universe, there are God, we are soulful people. So there are God-given rules. And so when I work for myself, right? I don't have a job. God feeds me. I have to master these laws of the universe. And so there are times when I'm needing money and the bill is due. And what I will do is find stuff around my home that I can go give. Mm-hmm. And I will literally just go give. Do I have extra money? Do I have this? Where can I give? Because Lord, I'm opening myself up to receive. Now, these were the things that I've done. When y'all talk about how do you make money? How do you get it? When it was times where I was hungry and I had bills to pay and I had no money, that was the act I did. The law of giving and receiving. Every time you give, you open yourself up to receive. So I don't want to be materialistic about it, but that beautiful story that you gave us, but that's what I do. And so even right now, as I'm beginning to run for judge, I went and found a whole bunch of stuff to give so that I can open myself up to receive. That's a trick. That's a trick. So what I want to know now is what blessing, I want to know, maybe next time you can tell me if there was a blessing that comes to you because of that.
Oh,
And
I woke up this morning. Baby, I
Thank
woke up
you.
this morning. So it ain't even, I'm always blessed. When I tell you I'm always in a space of being blessed, always in a space of being blessed. It could have just been me waking up and me and my daughter waking up and me being able to drop her off at school today. Like, I'm thankful.
Can
I'm
I tell
grateful.
you, I
It's
just
cool.
bought a bunch of Karma J stuff off your
You
website?
did, and I gotta issue you a refund because
See,
I'm not ready. She is not making the things. She's not my.
no,
Don't
but
She's
you
not.
want the blessing?
no,
Stop
keep
that.
that.
Stop
No, no,
that.
no, no. I gotta
what
issue
can I
her
buy?
a
I want
refund.
to buy something.
Nah, keep that.
I gotta
Keep
issue.
that.
Well, I was gonna issue
I
you a
don't want
refund,
it.
sis, because the young
I
lady
don't
is.
want it. Isn't that your song? I
I
don't
don't want
want
that.
it. I
I
don't
don't
want
want
that.
that.
Keep that. We
See,
talk.
don't, and we
Aw.
also, but
Mwah,
that's a
mwah, mwah,
part
mwah.
of giving
I
and
am
Hey,
gonna
can
send
receiving
you
you drop
too,
something
your
though,
Mary.
love.
stuff?
Bye.
Can you drop
I'm
your
gonna
stuff
send you something.
in the chat so I can figure out where I can buy some too?
KarmaJ.com.
But
CarmenJ.com.
let's also acknowledge the fact that what we just talked about is something
Mhm.
very, very important, a part of the law of attracting and the giving and the receiving.
Mhm.
You have to understand, and this was a lesson that almost took me off my feet when I learned it, is when you block your own blessing. You're
Yeah.
asking for the blessing, but then when someone gives it to you, oh, no, 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 I'm not deserving. I'm not, baby, you're blocking not only your blessing, but the other person's blessing in
Yeah.
being able to bless you. So
Yeah.
it is a chain reaction. It is a connection thing. Never block your blessing and then block that other person's blessing because you didn't accept the blessing that was given to you. Now, listen, we are also talking about a part of this movement of us not shopping is we're also asking people to do something that is really hard to do for many families. We're asking a lot of people to also stay home.
Yeah.
So, that's a big thing. So, Tiara, how important do you think that economic education is when we are asking people to support these type of movements?
I think it's really important. Here's the thing
Yeah.
though, is if everybody does it, if we can kind of channel what happened during COVID in a protest kind of way where if we all do it, if we all kind of stand on business and stay home and support each other in that way, you can't fire everybody. If we're not going out or we're not spending, if we're in the house and not going to work, you can't do that to everybody. I think it'll make a huge difference. I just think it'll make a huge difference. But in a time when people are being fired, I don't know if people will do it, if I'm being honest. I don't know if people will sacrifice their jobs for it, right? Well, they'll feel like I'm sacrificing my jobs. UPS is laying off 15,000 people.
Yeah.
You said Amazon is laying off, 100,000 people, hundreds of thousands of people. And so people don't feel like I can afford to not show up at work because there's people looking and that will do the job. So it's a hard ask. But I feel like if
Mhm.
we all could do it in a COVID kind of way, it would make a difference. I mean, COVID really, man, showed me something about like if nobody's outside. I mean, we would go outside, y'all, and nobody would be outside.
Yeah.
Imagine if we did that
Yeah.
again. I think it would change the world really. But I understand when people say they can't do it. I understand it.
And some of us, some people can't. But here's where I say where you can't, find somewhere where you can. It may not be that particular thing that you can do, but you can pick and choose on your list what is most important and what you and your family can participate in, right? Now, Tracy says, take some of the money you would have used for Christmas gifts, dinners, and parties and buy items for your local food banks. I absolutely
I
love
agree.
that
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
I just love that.
I
And
agree.
Tamisha said that last night on her Facebook Live, she told people to help in any way. If you're giving to the trick-or-treaters tonight, you can also put in some prepackaged food instead of candy or along with the candy. That's a
They
great
don't want
idea.
no prepackaged food. They
But
want
no,
candy.
the
They
parent,
don't
but
want
the parents are
candy.
there. But the the parents are there.
Oh, okay.
In my neighborhood in Denver, I would also give something to the parents. Now, at the time, of course, we weren't going through these economic situations. I would always give the babies their candy. That's my thing. I love Halloween. But baby, them parents who was walking around in that cold needed something too. So I always prepared hot apple cider, non-alcoholic. And every time the parents came, here you go, warm your hands up, keep going. So there are ways that you can do that. I think that is a wonderful idea. And someone else in the chat, I'm sorry, I can't scroll. Reciprocity is what we're talking about, giving and taking. Reciprocity, I love that. But someone also mentioned, and it's very, very true, is that they are weaponizing technology against us as well for division. Just this week, and there is many of these accounts on all social media platforms with the introduction of Sora 2 and all these other places, they are putting out racially motivated things. Like they have this Black woman that looks very, very real, screaming at her children like, no, you can't have this because they cutting off my EBT. It's not even real. But in the white communities that do want the division, they're circulating this. They're weaponizing these things against us. So what do? I actually have gone online and showed people how you can tell when things are AI. Now, of course, it gets better every day, but I always give them some kind of tips and tricks to look at so that they know if that's a real video or not.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the simple things that we can do. But Yolanda, you know, how does this movement tie into a larger conversation about government accountability? Because we know that this is a bigger picture. The Congress could have been back. Matter of fact, the Democrats have been coming to Congress every day and even was ready to vote, and Senate passed how you can feed people, but nothing can be done if the government is shut down. So how do we launch this into a bigger accountability for our government?
I mean, Lala, I'm of the thought process. Should we rely on the government? Really, should we rely? Because the government is showing their ass to the people right now. So I really don't think that people should rely just strictly on the government. We should be a little bit more empowered ourselves. I've always said this for years. When they control your food source and your water source, they control you. All right. So anytime the government has that much control over our well-being, they control us. There are things that we can do as a people. And we all talked about this in other shows, like planting a community garden, things of that nature, going to your local butchers and getting food sources from them. In order to sustain ourselves. We should not always have to rely strictly on the government to feed ourselves. We should really start putting things in place as a people to sustain our livelihoods, because we see what they're doing right now. They whack for that, for real.
You know, I always like to call out Armando. Armando, I know that you're here today. You always support us, but Armando is one of the big proponents of growing your own food. And I always like to shout him out because he is willing to help people. You need to learn, I'm here. So, you know, this is a network too, y'all. You understand? This is a network too. We are a family as well. So the people that you see in our comments, they are your family as well. So reach out to Armando. Hey, Armando, I need to know how to daggone grow some dill weed or something. Listen, he's there to help with you. So use each other as references and help. Listen, I have many resources on my Facebook page. You guys can find me very easily. And I don't say that just for you to come and click and like, this is an action task. You can find me as Laura Lala Key, and you'll see a picture of my husband and I as Prince and Apollonia as the top of the page. That's how you'll know that's me, because we are big in Halloween. So there is a full list, and you can add more there as well. But listen, we're gonna start winding this down, right?
Hold on one second.
Yes.
Deborah Wynn also sent me some. Hey, Deborah. I think Deborah is here. She also shared with us Find Help, search for local assistance and other support programs in your area. National Hunger Hotline. National Hunger Hotline. I'll add the number to, let's see. It says, okay, National Hunger Hotline. I guess you can just Google it and the number will pop up. You can also text your zip code to this number. I have that number. I can I'll add it to our resource list, y'all. If you need it, just email me. Whyhunger.org provides connections to community food programs and hunger relief organizations. That's whyhunger.org. And then USDA.gov, search for emergency food services in the site's search bar. And so we want to thank Deborah for that. We love you, Deborah. We see you every day. We appreciate you, sis. Don't stop sending me things. And don't stop. I'm going to say this. If you need something, if there's something, maybe you don't want to say it in the chat, like, oh, I'm in need, email me at info@realvirtual.net. You can also, if you have resources, obviously, like Deborah has emailed me, people have been sending me stuff, and I'm so grateful that you guys have, because we'll start sharing them on Friday. I'm just going to call this Free Resource Friday, and no matter what we're talking about, we'll offer resources during this time. I'm sorry, Lala, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, ain't no sorry. Listen, we are here to help. And just like I said, family in our chat, Deborah, we appreciate you for sending that in. I'm also going to add that to my page as well. We are grateful to have you in our family. All right, let's start winding this down, ladies. Shall we have...
Y'all want to play this music video? I mean, I'm supposed to debut my music video today, Lala. Do you want me to play the video today, or y'all want to respond to it? Or do you want me to, like,
I was going to throw it to you.
We want that. We want that.
Listen, we have a very special treat.
Well, of course, it's time to open the doors of church after all that goodness.
Right? Listen. We have a very special treat for you today. We are going to be premiering Karma J's video, and I'm going to throw it to Karma J so she can introduce it to you. Please support and love on and share and enjoy and put words of positive and encouragement in the chat, and check this beautiful video out. Take it away.
Okay, so listen, y'all, this is not even, because the final version will be sent to me in a little bit, but I didn't care, because I told y'all that I was going to show y'all. The only thing is missing is like a lower third, whatever. But for the most part, this is the video. There's no AI, no shade, but there's no AI. It's starring myself and my daughter, Lauren. And we have fun making it. It's my first single, I Don't Want That. And I'm going to show it to y'all. I'm so excited to show y'all. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wait, okay, is it going to let me do it? Okay. All right, so I'm going to make this big. Is it going to do it? Is it going to do it? Okay. All right, it's going to do it.
When I grow up, I want to be a princess with the perfect house and the perfect husband and the perfect life, just like the fairy tales. There he is!
It's the push and pull for me. It's the inconsistency. You love me, but you wanna be free, and I don't want that. I'm trying to build you, trying to chill clearly. It's destructive to our chemistry. I do for you and you can't do for me, and I don't want that. You push, you flirt, you date me, then you pull, I'm hurt, you play me. I want it all and you stall, nigga, I don't want that. We planned, I hopped on planes, singing no show, don't play these games. Say we're just friends, I can't pretend. And I don't want that. You You say I feel your cup, but what I'm getting is not enough. These excuses that you're going through stuff got me like blah, blah, blah. I don't want that. Gotta believe who they are when they show you. Actions telling me I don't really know you. You gon' do what's best for you. And you know I don't want that. You push, you flirt, you date me, then you pull, I'm hurt, you play me. I want it all and you so, nigga, I don't want that. Want that. We planned, I hopped on planes, singing no show, don't play these games. Say we just friends, I can't pretend, and I don't want that. If you got a man in your life, he ain't treating you right, say I don't want that. I don't want that. If you're looking for love and getting nothing but scrub, say I don't want that. I don't want that. If she broke calling your phone and won't leave you alone, say I don't want that. I don't want that. And if she bout the drama and she causing you drama, say I don't want that. No, I don't want that. You push, you flirt, you date me, then you pull, I'm hurt, you play me. I want it all and you so, nigga, I don't want that. Want that. We planned, I hopped on planes, singing no show, don't play these games. Say we just friends, I can't pretend, and I don't want that. Want that.
Yes, ma'am. You did that.
That was so dope, T. That was dope.
Yeah.
That was just
love that. Oh
I
my
can't
God, I
believe
love
Lauren is that
that.
big now. Because I remember you
Yeah.
posted her, you know, when I first met you, and she was a baby at
Yeah.
that time.
Oh,
Now,
I
no.
love
Now we in
that.
high school talking crap. Listen, I love it.
I don't want
Obviously,
that.
like, yeah, like obviously my love for filmmaking. I mean, I think that's the thing that AI can't give y'all. Like, you know, like my
That
creative
love.
brain and like making things and wanting to like continue, you know, just the idea of making real stuff. Like I said, no shade, you know, to AI artists and all of that, but there I put my heart and soul in that, and I'm hoping that y'all felt that. Like I
felt it.
worked on them steps. I worked for 2 months on like just dance steps and with a choreographer and you know writing a script for my daughter, and you know what I'm saying, like, so there's just, I don't know, I think it's dope, and you
It
should go
is
to
I
dope.
think it's
coverj.com.
dope.
It
It's
is dope.
absolutely
dope.
awesome.
Yeah.
It is. So dope.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm so tickled about it. It's beautifully put together and it's real music.
Thank you.
That is what counts. Listen, I know what it takes to put in stuff like that. You put in the work, and now we're going to put out that you're going to reap the reward. And that's and so it is so.
And it's so it is so.
Anonymous
So it is
said
so.
it was good.
I know.
Yeah, I'm
You know what
shocked.
though?
It
Anonymous
was great music.
Anonymous, he did. He downloaded the album. He said what his favorite songs were, like, or his favorite song is. Actually, Anonymous, the next single is your favorite song. So,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
we're creating.
Ooh, now we're interested to see what that's gonna
It
be.
was a great song. It was very catchy. It was
Yeah.
great cinematography. It was a great video. There was great dresses. It was great acting. It was a great storyline with the little girl at the beginning. It was, I mean, it was a great shimmy. It was a great
I love the shimmy. Yeah.
all things great. Okay.
Thank you.
It was
Thank
a
you,
little
sis.
peek.
It was
It was
good.
a little
I love
boo.
it.
It was a little peekaboo.
It was very
Little
relatable.
peekaboo.
Very
Oh, it was
relatable.
Very, 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 very.
I'm so proud of you. It was actually, it exceeded beyond my expectations.
I know. The same here.
But when I saw it, I was like, yes, give this girl an Emmy, an Oscar, an award, or whatever. All of
Grammy, a
it.
Grammy, a Grammy.
Give me a
I love
Grammy.
it.
Give me an Oscar. I don't know. Give me all the things.
Give you
I've been
the
working on
EGOT.
it.
We want you to have the EGOT. Get all of it.
That's
sis.
right.
Yeah, I
That's right.
appreciate that. Well,
That
thank you
was
so
dope,
much,
sis.
y'all. Yeah, that was world premiere. You saw it here first. Next we moving it on to Dr. Voice's Money in the Morning. So I'm gonna show it there too. But so thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But anyway, we were talking about final thoughts. Enough about Karma J. I will keep playing it. I think I'm gonna just add it to the end of the show for a while so you guys will get to see it. I haven't even put it up on the YouTube yet. That's how fresh this is. Like I haven't even allowed anybody else to watch it but you. So thank you so much for sharing
Well, we
this
were
special
blessed
moment with me. Like
today.
Thank
everybody, even anonymous. Like
Yes.
thank y'all for sharing this
you.
this special moment.
I love it. Well, we did have an absolutely beautiful show today. We've had great conversation. We've given free resources to everyone. That's what it's all about. But it's time to wind this down on this Friday, Halloween, as well. As you can see, we had a little bit of fun with today because, life can be very serious, but you still need to add a little fun. So we're going to ask for final thoughts now and where you can reach everyone. I'm going to start with you, Yolanda. What are your final thoughts and where can we find you?
My final thoughts are, again, I will say it again and I will say it to the death of me. When they control your water source and your food source, they control you. Bottom line, do something to empower yourself where you can grow your own foods. Or if you know of any other places where you can buy food from a local farmer, butcher, and things of that nature, don't solely rely on the government for everything and to be your end all be all, because as you see, if they can feed you, they can take it away. They can also starve you. So anyway, my name is Yolanda Spivey. You can find me at mwhitney.com. I'm an insurance broker. If you need insurance, if you need to insure your pinky toe or your music videos, give me a call. And you can find just type my name in or across all social media platforms. I should pop up. But give me a call if you need some insurance.
There is your assignment, everybody. Now listen, me. She can do even voices, so you better get in on this insurance. Because insurance is actually for the living. Okay, you need to understand that. Mary, I'm Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? What are your final thoughts, and where can we find you?
Well, my final thoughts are that music video was freaking amazing. I was just completely blown away by Miss Karma J. And I'm just happy to be here in the house of the Lord one more time. Mary Dean, that's why I'm running for judge. MaryDeanForJudge.com. I am running for judge. And if you guys want to support me on my mission to help get another Black sister in office down in Texas, you can go to MaryDeanForJudge.com and donate. Everything helps. $1, $5, $10, $20, $100, whatever you got. Everything helps because I'm doing this grassroots out of my own pocket. So love you.
Oh yeah, we gotta support Mary.
Got you, Mary Dean.
Yeah, we
There's
gotta support
power
you.
in grassroots. Please make sure you do that because representation matters.
It does.
To our communities, to our children.
Mm-hmm.
They got to see us up there. So please make sure that you do support Mary. All right, Karma J, what is your final thoughts and where can we find you?
Listen, I'm so full, y'all. Like, y'all, that was my final thought. I'm so full. I'm looking at the comments and I'm just so grateful. Like, it really, really, really is a dream come true. You have no idea how long I've probably wanted to be a solo artist in this way. And it just never felt like the right time. And a couple years ago, I was like, I'm gonna make an album, dang it. And to see it all kind of unfold and have support, be talking to people, I've been talking to Yolanda about this probably for a really long time, right? When I was on the on set at Big Brother, walking around the lot, just like, but I want to make music. And so to have a moment like this and it be real and get your responses, like, I'm so grateful. You have no idea. Again, so thank you. If you want to support me, I am at karmaj.com. That's KHARMAJ.com. You can hop in a listening room If you decide to stream it, just know that you have to stream it 80 times before I receive $1. The best thing that you can do for me is just go straight to the site, hop in a listening room, or purchase something, because I put all that money right back into the music. So I thank you for that. I'm at Carmen J Music across all platforms, and I just appreciate you. Thank y'all. I really do love y'all, for real. For real.
It is about that, you guys. It's really about that. These big corporations make sure that their big wigs get paid while artists don't really even make a penny on spins. So please make sure that you go to the correct places so that artists can get their money directly, because otherwise they're not going to see it in their pocket. That is really, really, really important. So please make sure that you do support that. And here's my final thoughts. Lala knows she's one of these Lulu Pisces. I'm a Pisces to my heart, meaning that I am a true romantic and I truly believe in love. And I feel in the heart of my hearts, when we stop all of the division, when we understand that we are one, we are all one. You remove this skin, you don't even know what we are. Many years ago, I went to a museum where they had all these body parts and they didn't have any skin. All I saw was humans. We have to understand that we are all one, and we all need to band together to make the true change that we need. Now, you can find me at my website at laurakey.net. I currently do have a product that I am pushing out there. It'll help you to budget for the holidays, plan for the holidays, help you also get around this economic boycott, because you'll be able to plan around that week for what you need to do. You'll find that at laurakey.net. All right, loves, this has been an absolutely beautiful show. So whether you agree with this approach or not, one thing is really clear. Our dollars do have power. And when people move together with purpose, money can become a tool for change instead of just survival. The question is, are we ready to make the short-term sacrifices for the long-term impact? Thank you to our incredible and beautiful queens today for another thoughtful and challenging conversation, and to our beautiful people who watch us every day: Anonymous, Black Lexicon, Too Real for TVV, Deborah, Black Panther, Lisa's Real Spill, Black Nova. We don't take it lightly that you are here with us today, Tamisha, and many, many more. Listen, enjoy this weekend. Be safe out there in those streets. Spread love. If you're going to be blessing the babies with candy, give them a little silent blessing as they leave too. We'll see you Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Be blessed. Peace out. Happy Halloween.
Bye.
Okay, so y'all, are we doing this mass blackout thing or not? Because I'm all the way down. I think the mayor of Chicago, he was talking about it, and I've heard a couple other people talking about we not shopping, we not spending no money this holiday season. I want to say it's supposed to start like November, the early November, going all the way to the first of the year. And we need to stick to this, y'all, because everything is out of control. Everything is way overpriced, and none of us are benefiting from anything that's going on right now in the government. So the corporations, at the end of the day, we need to collectively as a people say, look, if I'm fucked up, you fucked up, and we're going to all be fucked up together. Okay? So the super ultra rich, y'all going to be we're going to teach you how to be fucked up, since the rest of us are going to be fucked up. And most of us ain't even going to have no money to really be shopping like that this holiday season anyway, because everything's so goddamn expensive. The government is more concerned. Right now, they more concerned about revoking gay marriage rights than they are the fucking economy, what people actually care about, which is their money in their pockets. They're not worried about, oh, well, people ain't getting jobs and they can barely pay their bills. They're worried about gay marriage. Shit that nobody cares about. No, let's focus on getting this money, and I'm still